Hey everyone, this is Zane, co-founder of Online Sales Authority. Today I'm so excited to have actually this is my first interview with someone who isn't inside of a like kind of a affiliate marketing space. However, this guest is in a sense, so it's all kind of congruent. So it is my esteemed pleasure and honor to present Mr. Shri Pabbaraju. Sorry, I kept practicing, but I apologize.
You
So,
did just fine. That's my name, Shri Pabbaraju.
perfect, perfect. So, I actually, just to give the audience a kind of a foundation of how we met semi randomly on Facebook, and it's been really a pleasure to see your post and see what you're working on. And what attracted me to you, Shri, is the impact that you're currently making and that you've been making up until this point with quite a few projects that you're working on. So I see you have your logo behind you. Um, Please tell us a bit more about Success to Grow Academy, and I would like to know more about you and what you're about.
Success to Grow Academy is it's my dream project. It's been in the pipeline for the last 4 years, and I have a goal of helping a million entrepreneurs through this academy. It's going to start off very locally in the city where I'm in because I want to first reach out person to person, belly to belly, and make sure small business owners who are starting their business have all the tools and resources that they need accessible to them when they need it without having to worry about the excessive expensive fees that are going to come with it, because a lot of business owners, when they get started, they start on a shoestring budget. They don't have much finances available. All they have is this burning dream to succeed, and a lot of times they get held back from reaching out to help, and they get caught in this do-it-yourself death trap, as I call it, trying to do it all themselves and burning out. Because I experienced that burnout, and it's not a fun place to be. And that's what created Success to Grow Academy. It's going to help accelerate the transition of small business to sustainable success phase. It's a community, it's a movement, it's a game changer.
For sure, I like what you said there, game changer. And I've had the honor of kind of reviewing some of your materials, and you're definitely accurate with that phrase for sure. So I want to wish you a congratulations, just
Thank
right
you.
out of the yeah. So tell me a bit more about the experience that were really vital to your development.
This has to go back to when I was a kid. My mother, she brought me up with love and encouragement, and that has built confidence in me that I can get whatever I want from life. And later on, that really helped when I was struggling and fighting against the odds. I had a sheltered upbringing where I never felt the lack of anything. But when I moved to Canada in 1995 with my wife, we were expecting our first child at that time. Everything changed overnight. I didn't have a job. I was really struggling to make both ends meet and put food on the table. But we created our life from scratch here, and I'm very grateful for the opportunities that this blessed country gave us. We have come a long way, and I think I have got loftier goals to achieve. But if I'm looking at experiences that have been crucial to my development, moving to Canada was definitely the number one experience. It's changed me to be a better person.
Mm-hmm. Yes, I think that your experience and your whole life trajectory since you've moved to Canada is quite an inspiration. And I find that when I speak to young entrepreneurs who might not have all of they didn't come from the bottom and work themselves up. They just they were given a lot more. And I feel like sometimes that's a hindrance to people because they don't really understand or they can't comprehend what really is necessary to achieve and to reach a level of success that one really wants to obtain. So
Mhm.
I think the story is very impactful and inspiring.
Yeah. Having said that, I don't wish everybody has to start from the bottom.
Sure.
In spite of where we are at, we all have our struggles and inner demons that we fight with. And it is a challenge to go get up every morning and do the things that we are supposed to do.
Yes.
And it I guess at some point, I mean, it's a question of prioritizing and saying, hey, is this really important in my life? If it is, then I better do what I'm supposed to do and not just wish for things to happen to me. Things don't happen. We have to go and make them happen.
Right. And speaking of which, what has been some of the turning points in your life?
As I said, one is moving to Canada. It was the most humbling and what I call as a character development phase in my life because it truly helped me develop the grit and the strength and the persistence. I was able to step up to the challenges back then because that's what has helped me stay grounded. I think it's all about staying patient when things don't work and staying humble when they do work out. And the second moment was in 2013. I started my accounting practice in 2011. To give you a bit of a background, I was an accountant. I have always been an accountant my entire life. I fought with my father to be an accountant. He wanted me to be a doctor, and he never made peace with that till the last moment in his life. Even though he never said anything bad about me being an accountant, he always expressed happiness that I chose the right profession, but he would always feel that I could have been a doctor. But I never regretted that. I love being an accountant. To me, taxes are just not numbers on paper. There's people behind those numbers. They have some goals, and I do my best to help them get their goals through these bookkeeping, accounting, and tax returns. Having said that, I became a partner in an accounting firm in 2007, and then 2011 I started my own practice, thinking that hey, I have this best attitude and experience and expertise in helping out clients. That's all that I need, right? No, I was very wrong. I was burning out like crazy on both ends, trying to do it all myself. There's so much more to business than just being good at what you are at. And so I experienced a complete burnout in 2013 as a business owner. And as a result, almost died because of exhaustion and frustration one night. I went to bed, never woke up. And I guess my wife and my daughter freaked out. They called the paramedics. And when I woke up, all I saw was this huge guy sitting on me and pounding on my chest to wake me up.
Wow.
And when I opened my eyes, the first thing that I saw was my wife and daughter standing in a corner, looking helplessly at me and crying their eyes out. And I said, this is not how it's supposed to be. Life is supposed to be much more than just getting stuck to your job and figuring things out. Luckily, I got a second chance. Not many people do. So I used that experience to guide me to help reach out to others and tell them, hey, this is the time to change your course of action now, not later, because later may never come.
Exactly. It kind of gives a fresh perspective on life and what's important.
Yeah. So
Right.
that I consider as the turning point in my life.
That's a huge one.
Yeah.
So I would like to know because you mentioned being an accountant, you mentioned bookkeeping. Sure, there must be some way that you had to learn all of this information. So, what ways do you learn best? And in your experience, what's been the best way for you to teach others what you know?
One of my mentors, Vince Reed, he's an internet marketing expert, and he taught me this principle, and I made it into an acronym, which is LIFE, uh, where L stands for learning, I stands for implementing. It's not enough if you just learn; you got to implement, take action. That's when it gets ingrained in you. And then don't be afraid to fail. You fail forward. You learn from the failures. So you're never truly failing. You're learning from it. And then you excel. You excel by when you start teaching this to others, and that's how you become an expert in whatever field you choose to. So I actively follow people who are getting results that I want to experience myself, who are living the kind of life that I have a dream of living that lifestyle. So I see what are they doing, what are they not just talking about but actually physically doing. So I reach out to them, get mentored by them one on one, because that's the best way. It's an investment in myself. And this process has benefited me immensely over the last 3 4 years. This life principle of learning, implementing, failing forward, and excelling. And when I mean excel, it's not just teaching somebody the theory, but actually teaching them to become teachers, which
Mm,
means they have gone through this entire life cycle themselves.
mm, mm, mm.
So it's
I
like an
think that
infinite loop.
exactly, exactly. It's one thing to disseminate information, but helping others internalize it and then express it is a completely different story. And it sounds like
Mhm.
you're definitely done the latter and you're continuing to do that. So it's really great.
Yeah.
You mentioned Wayne Street. Who else do you really admire?
There's quite a few people actually. Because I mean, I get inspired by every single person, to be honest. I learn from how they behave, what they do, what they talk. There's always something you can learn from people. I think the moment you stop learning, life is always ready to teach you lessons. We just have to be open and perceptive to receive them. And one thing I have heard from someone, I don't remember who, maybe it was just a Facebook random post, but it was about this person dying and then going to heaven, and then the, he's talking to God, and he says that, hey, I should have had more years to live. I came in too early. And then he says, no, time's up. And but you'll go back again. And he says, when will I go back? He actually goes back in time. Time is again an infinite loop concept. So, and he says, oh, then I would have already met this person if I was living back then. I mean, it's a very convoluted topic, but the essence of it is uh, he understands that he is in everybody on the earth right now. It's not, he is not just himself, but we are all matters of energy, and we are all one. And
Yeah.
so if I don't treat the other person as myself and learn from them, I'm doing myself injustice. But to answer your specific question in a roundabout way, I guess I've got several mentors that I've been learning from in the past couple of years. Most of them belong to the online internet marketing side of things, because that's where I have spent a whole lot of time trying to figure this beast of online marketing, and then realized I know the concept, but I rely on people like yourself to help me do things, because I don't want to waste my time. You're the expert in online sales funnels and everything else. But Stuart Ross, Jay Kubasek, uh, there's Mark Hoverson. He's a great guy. He's so down to earth after being such a leader in internet marketing, making eight figures. Vince Reed, Laura Langmeyer, the millionaire maker lady,
Mm-hmm.
and Lewis Howes, the lifestyle entrepreneur. And who's the last one? I'm trying to figure out the name, but it'll come to me later. But there's tons of people.
Oh, sure, sure. Yeah, that's a great list. And yeah, thank you for that. So, what are you doing right now to inspire entrepreneurs?
I reach out to them through various networking events, speaking gigs, my social media posts, and I've got free workshops every week where people come in to learn different business topics. I get business leaders to come and present their 1 hour workshops so people can benefit from it. And I am always trying to share the lessons that I have learned from my entrepreneurial journey, and I seek out the gaps that a business owner has in their path right now, and try to fill those gaps with solutions that provide lasting changes. So it's a continuous process. My ears are always open when I'm hearing conversations. Uh, it could be a simple conversation like, oh, today is not a very good day. So I ask questions. Why do you think it's not a good day? What could make it better? And then they'll tell me something. So it's a conversation. I believe in conversations which lead to some kind of a positive change, rather than just talking about people behind their backs, or just talking about news or politicians. What adds value to that person immediately? And that's how I build relationships.
Yes, that's fantastic. It's spoken like a true entrepreneur and just a great human being. Because when you think about what can I do to this person to inspire them or just better their life in this moment, that's very humanistic and quite profound. And my wife and I were actually just talking about this recently, and it's to be a human is to really understand that we are one, as you said, and there is no separation. So when
Mhm.
we treat someone poorly, it's just a cycle of inner hurt, like you're hurting yourself. So
Right.
I really like what you said there. So tell me a bit more about your Success to Grow Academy.
Success to Grow Academy is, I mean, if you're looking from strictly a business point of view, a marketing funnel where people find value is, it's there's free workshops every week, people to experience what success to grow is, and that has been a huge impact for me because I have started this with one and one purpose: to give value to business owners in my community, people who are suffering from lack of access to experts. They can just come and ask their questions, and then there's free Q&A sessions on a biweekly basis. There's interviews with experts. There's a whole array of things. There's an online membership community where once you are part of it, you don't have to go anywhere else to seek answers. I want it to be the one-stop shop for all small business owners. Right now, I'm focusing entirely in Canada because I am not up to snuff with the various tax laws and rules outside of Canada. Having said that, at some point in time, that will change because parts of the membership can be actually opened up for across the globe. They are universal, and that will happen. But success to grow is what it is. Success and growth are two sides of a coin, and the little thing that joins those two together is action combined with expert advice. And that's what we are bringing to the table: the action combined with the expert advice to make sure everybody has success and everybody has growth. Our slogan for Success to Grow Academy is, for small business owners, failure is not an option. Once you're in, you're in. And we are trying to take away all the excuses for failure, all the roadblocks for success, putting everything that we can to make sure that you have access to what you need to succeed, so that you will never have an excuse: oh, I didn't have this, I didn't have that. That's not there. Now it's completely up to you, the business owner, to take those resources and use them and succeed.
That's fantastic.
And
It's a
and I
huge,
yeah, and I may not have all the answers right now, but I'm willing to go and get the answers for you. All that the person has to do is come to these workshops, to these online sessions, and just tell me what they need. That's all they got to do.
yeah, that's fantastic, Sri. I really like that. And I like the concept of having everything in one centralized location. And it really creates a huge community of people who are looking to better themselves, network with like-minded individuals, and just
Mhm.
grow their families and their businesses and their communities as well. So I look forward to you opening it up to a more national platform. And I know you said that some parts are open, so that's great. I look forward to diving in. And I look forward to hearing the responses from more people about how your academy has changed their lives and improved areas of their lives as well.
That's one thing that keeps me excited because this idea of mine is completely testimonial driven. I don't
Mm,
care about the price. People can join in for free if they really want to, but I want people to benefit from it, and I want people to be excited to be part of Success to Grow and not feel like, oh, this is one more community that I signed up for, and how do I get out of it? No,
mm.
I want them to feel good about the fact that they have made the decision to be part of Success to Grow.
Right, right, right. And I think that's a very candid statement because oftentimes, and I've experienced this myself, where I've been a part of a few different communities, and whether it's just I don't have enough time to devote to getting to know all the facets of the community, or just something doesn't really resonate with me, or maybe I feel that there's something missing that I can't really contribute and bring to the table. It's just good to know that there are communities like yours that are very inclusive and that are comprehensive. So I really like your mindset and your vision for yourself and your and Success to Grow Academy. I love how huge and expansive it is, and that really excites me. So I really appreciate you taking time to speak with me and also allowing me to kind of get a behind the scenes peek at what you're doing because it's very encouraging.
Thank you.
Yeah. So, where can people go to find you if they're looking for this? You know, your mindset training, your leadership, business training, entrepreneurship. If they're looking for courses, how can they reach you?
Online or on social media, the handle is Success to Grow. Success number two grow. So it's either successtogrow.com or on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. I mean, we are not still very active on YouTube and other places, but Facebook is the place to be if you look for
Okay.
Success to Grow.
And what I'll do, Shri, is I'll post some links down below in the description box.
I appreciate
So
that.
on the OSA YouTube channel. So and I'll distribute it across various social media platforms. So I definitely want to make sure people see what you have because it is fantastic, and I know that they're going to gain a lot of value from it. What are you up to next? And what do you have any uh, let's see, inspiring words? I'm sure you do, but what would you like to tell your community, to the audience who are watching you?
The next phase, I mean, we have quite a few new things happening in Success to Grow. One is, of course, we have the membership site built, and we are trying to make it way more user friendly and interactive and with a lot more features. We are coming out with a magazine app for Success to Grow, uh, which will
Awesome.
which will be on iTunes and also on Android platforms. So people can actually access most of the content for absolutely free. Like I don't want to charge people for something that they can have access to otherwise, but I want Success to Grow to be the comprehensive place. So the app is coming out, and it'll have a likely reach even to start with 30 to 40,000 business owners. And so we are using that to reach out to businesses and say, hey, do you want your business to be featured in here? So your ideal target customer will be able to see it. That's one thing. The second thing is we are now coming up with courses, and I have talked to you about this briefly, where we are encouraging business owners to share their past experiences in how they have come up to be a successful business owner, what have they learned, put it all into a product, a course, where they can teach others to take that and then use it step by step and then achieve the results and not have to go through those failures and lessons, but rather just zoom past to their success in a very short time. And we want to guarantee results. So if people don't have an idea as to what kind of business they want to do, we're going to give them options.
Yeah, I love that. I love that because especially in the younger generation, there are a lot of guys and gals who they don't really know what they want to do. They know they want to be successful. They know that there are so many opportunities out there, but they lack guidance and some sort of leadership. So, what I like is I really like your approach and the style in which you present is really fantastic. So, you very much simplify what people need to know and then give it to them in a way that they can succeed. And I love the fact that you're results based because there are no excuses. I mean, as you said, failure is not an option. So
Right.
I mean, it's very true to your mission and the core of Success to Grow Academy. So it's great. It's very great. That said, Shri, I really appreciate your time. I would like to know though, who do you think I should interview next?
As I said, I've got tons of mentors that I have been following and learning from. But if I have to give you one name, I would recommend Dave Rogan-Moser from the Entrepreneur Alliance
Okay, I will. I'll look him up.
because he has inspired me to actually start Success to Grow Academy. I have modeled my Success to Grow Academy online membership directly from his Entrepreneur Alliance. What he has done with it, that has actually given structure to my dream. That hey, this is how I can do it. It made it possible. So definitely reach out to him. He's a great guy with his head on his shoulders and very down to earth and reachable.
Excellent, excellent. Thank you so much, Sri. Well, that said, everyone, thank you so much for joining us today. We really appreciate it. It's been a pleasure speaking with you today, Sri, and I look forward to seeing even more growth and success from your Success to Grow Academy. And
Thank you.
until next,
Yeah. Thanks, Zane. I truly appreciate this opportunity, and you're doing a great job by giving voice to us and spreading the message out. And I have reached out to you a couple of times before, and you have always been an immense help. And people, I know you are too humble to talk about it, but if you have any issues with your online marketing or sales, Zane is the guy to go to, and don't hesitate to reach out. He's a fantastic guy. He's given me great results. So thanks for letting me be on this and share my message.
oh, well, thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Thank you. All right, until next time, everyone, this is Zane from Online Sales Authority. Be the authority.
Bye.
Awesome.